Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Super Metroid Zelda 3 Randomizer community race. I am Big Bach, coming back to this after quite a while, joined by Crazed Gamer and Diometheus on trucking. How are you doing, Crazed Gamer?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. We've got a good race in front of us. It is 000 Fast Cannon, commonly known as Blitz. It's an interesting mode for sure, and I can't wait to see how our runners navigate it.
This was not in use. This mode was not in use when I was regularly doing commentary, so this will be a new experience for me too.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it is very interesting because it really turns things that you know about Rando on its head. Since normally you want to clear dungeons, but here it's just find the items. They could be anywhere.
All right, let's see if we can get over what we need for all of this.
Yeah, so Super Metroid, Morph Ball's hard required, and 3 E-Tanks are required with Varia, otherwise it's 6 E-Tanks. And then the rest of it is just some combination of things that'll get you past the Zebatites, through Mother Brain 1 and through Mother Brain 2. So there's a lot of combinations of things there. We can go over that as the runners start finding things. For Link to the Past, to kill Ganon, we need at least a Master Sword and a Fire Source, so either a Fire Rod or a Lamp. And then we also need a way to get to the pyramid, so that's at least a Moon Pearl, and then either like a glove and a hammer, or 2 gloves and flippers, or an agate kill. So that's a little bit more well defined. But really, Super Metroid, it's going to be like where you have to start doing math and whether or not you can actually like do Zeb skips and such.
Yeah, don't forget Moon Pearl.
Yep, can't forget that Moon Pearl.
Now, interesting note, the path with the flippers takes you from Dark Ice Rod, the cross-game transition. So you also need to be able to get to that point in Super Metroid. That requires gravity and speed, or ice and what was the other one?
Yeah, so if you're going through Meridia, you would need gravity for sure. Then you'd also need speed booster logically, and also some way through Mount Everest. But our runners may be able to just do it without some combination of those. Like if they know how to ice clip through Meridia, then speed booster just becomes like a optional thing.
But if you're gonna do the ice clip, if you don't have gravity, you need grapple to get across Mount Everest.
Right. Or
yeah, but this is normal logic, so that is not expected.
Nope. But if our runners have the mitts plus the flippers, they can just take the Dark World portal at Thieves Town and then just go straight across the north side.
Right. All right, Scoop's taking a bomb to Sahasrala's closet. And Tomb with the green pendant today.
Yeah, so going straight to Saha is usually something you don't see in like a normal like 774, but because this is Blitz, dipping dungeons doesn't really matter because you may not have to complete them anyway.
Right, the only way you would need to is if something mandatory is held by the boss.
Yeah, so like going to Eastern first, like you're gonna orphan the boss and that's it. So you might as well go there. Like it's as good of an opening play as anything in this mode.
Yeah, of course that can always come back to bite you.
Yep, but that's a decision to make, and that's Rando.
Yeah, are you familiar with the GDQ Express run by Andy and Oats and Goats from 2018?
I might have seen it some years ago.
Yeah, Andy skipped the big chest in Tower of Hera, which had the boots, and Ganon Tower was boots locked. It took them almost an hour to find it.
Yes, the definitive Rando experience.
Yes, the single best Rando got a Rando moment ever.
All right, so Scoopula finds a E-Tank in Eastern, and we're going to need an amount of those, so good to get them out of the way.
As you said earlier, it's 3 E-Tanks with Varia or 6 without, since the Varia does produce Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam. Gravity does not. All right, looks like Ike here is following Scoop's footsteps toward the eastern area, so let's see what Scoop is doing. There's some money. Pay the bottle vendor.
I'm a little surprised Ikir didn't do the CAC route because he does have bombs, and that's sort of the thing you want for that route.
Did he get a bigger bomb drop, or did he go to a shop?
Might have gone to a shop. I didn't really take a look, but I thought I remembered seeing a shop.
Okay. JRP Grisu asking, what items do you need to find? Let's go over that again.
Yeah, so Morph Ball is hard required. Moon Pearl is hard required. An amount of E-Tanks is required based on whether or not we find Varia. For Link to the Past, we need at least 2 swords and a fire source, so either lamp or fire rod, and a way to get to the pyramid. So those things are hard required. Everything else is like a combination of things.
Yeah, Mother Brain 1 takes at least 20 projectiles, and enough of them have to hit her and not the glass to do 3,000 damage. So that's any combination of 5 missiles, 15 supers, 10 missiles, 10 supers, or other way around.
Yep, that's very much required. And then there's a lot of different combinations of things that either get you past the Zebatites, and if you have Charge Beam, then there's just no ammo requirement for Mother Brain 2. It's just you want beams to make that easier.
Right. Scoops check-in race game. Let's see what we got here. Just nope tank. Absolutely. Actually, no. If I'm him, I might take this because reserves are considered in logic for the energy requirement.
Yes. It might be something he puts a pin in and comes back to it later if he's hurting for energy, but at the moment he might just find energy on the way of checking other things, so it's a good skip for now.
Mm-hmm. Fisher Price shield in the library.
We're probably not getting that.
Definitely not. Meanwhile, Scoops into the cack chucks.
May want to go to the bomb shed just to farm up, or maybe just use a bomb in the chicken hut. Oh, he's got money. He could buy bombs.
Or find some.
Or find some. A bomb drop behind a bomb. That's how that works, right?
Lovely. Yeah, he's also got enough for the bottle vendor, so power bombs. That's actually a good drop. That's power bombs is a way to kill the Metroids.
Yes, you do need at least 3 packs of those if you don't find ice.
Strictly speaking, you can backtrack and refill to do it, but 3 is the minimum to do it without any backtracking.
And we don't want to backtrack. That's slow.
Well, if you don't find, there's a second power bomb and another E-tank. If you bomb the Metroids perfectly, it's 3 per room, so that would only... So if Scoop doesn't find the Ice Beam or another pack, the drop looking needed for the Metroids would not be too bad. He would just need 2 power bombs out of, I believe, 9 Metroids.
I've seen it been done before. It's not an impossibility. It's just very improbable.
It also doesn't help that when you power bomb Metroids, there's Weight Beam. When you power bomb the Metroids to death, they only drop 1 thing each, as opposed to when you kill them with missiles.
Mm-hmm. But more importantly, we found a hammer in the big chest in Eastern. Scoop did not get that on the first go around, so Ikir's got a little bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, I was focused on Scoop's side of the screen there. Good looking out. If we find both lift upgrades, it might end up not mattering, but if we don't, then Scoop could be in trouble.
Yeah, it's a little early to tell just because the hammer may not be required, but we'll see.
Yeah, Vinny pointing out that also means hammer is lamp locked.
Correct.
Well, there it is. Real quick, who have we got racing off stream?
In the race room, we've got Sky, Sevim, and Vion, all of which are experienced runners.
Small field tonight.
We got a 20 from the bush crab. That's a good farm.
Very good.
Ikir might just want to get Zora money right now.
Good time for it, at least. With those bush crabs. Scoop's already got his Zora money. Wow.
Yeah, there were a lot of 100 and 300s along the path, so it's a rich seed for the start for sure.
Press start to rich. Alrighty, Ike, you're heading on over to Mini Moldorm.
That heart drop is more important than you might expect, since we're still on 3 hearts and the crab's hit for 2.
Prometheus also pointed out, thank you, that lamp is a piece of Aga 1 access, which could be our access to the Dark World.
Indeed, and it's also one of our required items for Ganon, so that's good to get that out of the way in Sphere 1.
Space jump, missiles, big heart, more missiles. That's 3 power bombs between both sides.
Good to get those out of the way early, but we're still missing a morph ball to use them.
Indeed. Now, one of my favorite things about watching randomizer races is seeing navigation through Super Metroid without the morph ball. Is you don't think about it until you don't have it.
Yeah, it's weird how the very first item you get is just assumed to be like, you just assume that you just have it for the rest of the game. So you really don't know how your movement is hindered by not having it.
Back in the day, I played a bunch of randomizer seeds, but with Desirect's tool, and that was one of my favorite things navigating with early with no morph ball.
All right, Ike here is going to give us our first look at Ice Rod Cave, just missiles, and yeah, he's going to go down and probably fake flipper, and we'll do, I guess, some flipper checks.
In Dimetheus, they paved Paradise and put up a parking lot.
So a thing about what Ike here is doing right now is this route is going to leave behind Waterfall Fairy. Since he doesn't have a Moon Pearl, he won't be able to get into a water walk state inside the cave, so he has to leave those 2 behind.
It's all about the gambles. Especially in Blitz mode.
Yep. This mode is just about picking a route that has your density and just seeing where that leads you.
I've said before and will say again, the amount of route variance you can have in these seeds, and the fact that despite that, most runners finish within minutes, if not seconds of each other, I love it.
Yeah, it really speaks to like the skill of players who do randomizer. It's because even if you have divergent paths, you just, as long as you're doing all the checks at about the same rate, it pretty much evens out. Just make sure your route is like efficient. You're not spending a lot of time doing things that aren't checking things.
Right, it comes down to your execution. Alrighty, we are at Zora's Domain on Ike here, and Scoop is in the castle dungeon.
Yeah, Scoopio's gonna do the bomb escape, which got enough bombs for that, and Ike here is gonna take a look at the Zora ledge, which has even more money. We are not hurting for that.
Vinny pointing out that that space jump that we found in Mini Moldorm, the blue Brinstar E-Tank is now in logic.
Maybe a while before our runners go down there, but it is a good note.
Right, yeah. 100 items in Super Metroid, 216 in Link to the Past. So Link to the Past, just by its nature, is a lot more item dense. And Zora's just got a life lesson for us.
And those 2 checks in Super Metroid take a long time to go down and come back from if you choose to keep it. So it is not a gamble runners usually take, but some runners like to mix it up, and it didn't happen this time, but
I have seen early progression there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely happened. It's just, is it worth the time to go down there and get it?
Right. Meanwhile, while we were talking about that, Ikir found the grapple beam in Sanctuary.
Ooh, this is interesting. Scoop had to actually reset the room. He's going to try to fight the guard again.
I believe tossing those pots is tempered sword damage.
Yep, you just need 2.
And what's in Zelda's cell? The map. How useless. Bomb Death Warp.
With the lamp, he can go to Dark Cross.
Lumberjack Ledge is just missiles, so we're not going to see that unless we need Aga 1. Well, it won't be accessible until we need Aga 1. There's no way they're going to take the time to get it.
And we'd also need boots, too.
Right. Yeah, Scoop is indeed pushing toward Dark Cross. Thank you, Diomethea. Scoop did go to Sanctuary. I didn't see that earlier. Speed booster.
All right. Scoop may be heading to Super Metroid sooner rather than later.
I know there's a Shine Spark method to get past the Zepatites, but I don't know if it's in logic on normal.
Oh, it is very not in logic. In fact, it's not even in logic in hard. It is a way to do it, but it is just a convenience.
Okay. You were right. Scoop is heading into Super Metroid. He'll come out in Criteria's parlor, back where he started. Oh, that Link sprite is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm a little surprised Scoop didn't just reset, but I guess starting from Link's house and then taking the portal is faster since it drops you off already in Criteria instead of at the ship.
Yeah, you saw Scoop do the moonfall in the old Torian escape shaft. That's a trick that lets you fall with uncapped vertical speed.
Saves you an entire 7 seconds.
It adds up.
Sure does.
There's more power bombs at the morph pedestal.
Now, fun facts. Speed Booster also puts this in logic, so Scoopula. Ooh, you gotta keep that.
That is very astute, and that is a lot of access to Upper Norfair. Wait. Can we get to Upper Norfair?
Yeah, you can.
Do we have a lift upgrade?
Oh no, so can't go through the mountain just yet, so we're still looking for either a glove or a flute to get to Death Mountain. But once we find that is Norfair access, and because we have a speed booster and a space jump for, each for our runners, that gets them to Bubble Mountain.
It gets us to the Chozoing Gauntlet as well. No, it doesn't get us to Bubble Mountain. It only gets us to Big Pink right now.
So it does get you to so Speed Booster gets you to Big Pink. But if we find a way to Norfair, we can go to Bubble Mountain without
that's
Morph
what
Ball.
you meant. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, once we've got the Death Mountain access, we can get to Bubble Mountain, and what we have right now will get us to Big Pink. There's some decent item density on that route. Vinny pointing out Wave Beam also means Croc is in logic once we can get to Bubble Mountain.
Oh, because we have Speed Booster, so we can take Frog Speedway. Oh, that is true. That is a place where Morph Ball can be. That's cute.
We can get to Bubble Mountain the standard. Yeah, oh no, you're right. Yeah, Speed Booster through Frog Speedway is the only way without Morph, because then you get stuck at the top of Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, you can't take the you can't power bomb through the floor to go to the lower part of that screen, but if you had Speed Booster for Frog Speedway, you can.
Right.
So right now, our runners are sort of doing things the other one has done, but we have to sort of figure out where our next progression is.
Yeah, they're walking over what the other has done. So in the meantime, that means we've got a little downtime. So I'm going to invite you all to follow the runners and follow the stream team.
I'm wondering what the next bit of progression is. Like, I would imagine it's a glove, but where haven't we been yet? Oh, we haven't been the Brinstar because Speed Booster does that. So the progression has to be there.
So what is okay? I hear right. We're just crisscrossing checks right now. Ike's in Lafayette, Indiana. I didn't realize that. I'm over in Ohio.
As I'm thinking about it, the hope is that Morph Ball is in Brinstar and then they just stay in Super Metroid and just do the rest of the Brin loop. Especially for Ike here, because he's going to want Varia, which is in Blue Brin, so if he gets to loop that in with the rest of it, great. If the progression in Brinstar takes them back to A Link to the Past, it's going to be a while before he gets back to Varia.
Good point.
All right, looks like Scubula is going to take that Speed Booster and go to Brinstar.
Scoop going for the fast charge. That functions because the variable that tracks if you have speed echoes only increment on a specific frame of the running animation. So if you tap the run button around that keyframe, you'll get the echoes in a shorter runway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the short charge itself is not in logic. In normal, the way you're supposed to do that is you're supposed to get a running start through the landing site and then take your Shine Spark into the parlor and then spark across. But the short charge is faster.
I may be mistaken, but I think the one-tap short charge just works and it is in logic.
The one-tap short charge does work for that room. I'm not super sure if it's in logic.
Yeah. Back in the day, I used to do no boss, no mini boss runs, and that was a trick I had to learn. Well,
there it is.
There's our Dark World access. No, Death Mountain access.
Yeah, that's a Death Mountain access, so that's also Norfair as well. I would imagine Scrupula is going to save before going to Pink Brin, just to save a little bit of time.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Good call. And then if Big Pink is nothing, he can just reset to here, and he's wasted less, saves the backtrack trip.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting to see him doing this. Because in a standard logic race, the only time that really happens is when you're in Meridia about to check the sand pits.
Yeah, you don't see save scumming a lot um, in SMZ3, but it it definitely is a like a good use case when you don't have morph and you're looking for it in Big
All right,
Pink.
one more item here. And there is our morph ball.
I guess we're sticking around.
All right, Scoop's got Mother Brain 1 ammo and Mother Brain 1 energy with that Varia. So
Yep, still missing some things for Link to the Past though, so it is good to keep looking and see if we can make that Mother Brain fight a little bit easier.
and here's a spot where a one tap will get you the Shine Echoes. Just a heart piece though.
Alright, so IQ is going to find Varia. But because he has Speed Booster, he may just... Well, in fact, he has to stick around. Varia doesn't actually give him anything new.
All right, Scoop trying to set up the Spore Spawn skip. There it goes. You need to fire a super missile through that gap at a specific spot so that it can hit the block off screen before it can despawn.
Yeah, Scoop has a interesting setup to that, and it's faster if you get it on the first try. It's just it's very easy just to not hit the button at the right time.
Also, holy crap, even more rubies.
Yeah, we might be good on rupees for the rest of the seed.
What's left to buy other than potions?
Stuff in Village of Outcasts, pod entry. Big game. Oh, fun facts. This is actually in logic with Wave Beam. Oh, that's a good one.
How about that? Gravity suit. And actually, like I mentioned earlier, that could be a piece of Dark World access if we need to go through Meridia and Bot Wound to get to the cross-game transition leading to Dark Ice Rod.
So I hope everyone likes Super Metroid. We're going to be here for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got Gravity and Varia. We've got Space Jump, Speed Booster. We can pretty much full clear.
Yeah, that gravity suit at Big Pink Wave Gate. Yeah, that opened up pretty much the entire game.
So at this point now, we're just looking for Moon Pearl, Dark World access, 2 swords, and then it's off to the races.
So here's a question about the Link to the Past side. If your fire source is the fire rod, is the torch glitch mandatory without half magic and or potions?
I think you do, in fact, need to do torch glitch. I don't think you have, even with silvers, I don't think you'd have enough. Well, actually, I can't say that for sure. I would highly recommend torch glitch. Whether or not it's required or not, well, hey, guess what? There's a Moon Pearl.
Holy crap! Stacked brain.
All right, so our Dark World access is going to be just a glove at this point. You know, we could find 2 swords to make it Aga, but
Could also find the magic cape to make it Aga.
yeah, we'd still need to find a sword.
Oh, right. Duh. Can the bug net deflect Aga projectiles, or is that only a swordless thing?
I'm pretty sure it works in vanilla. But you'd still need to cut the curtain to get there, so it's not a thing that it's going to be relevant in this seed.
Okay.
Yeah, in ALT-DPR, like actual swordless modes, that curtain is already cut, so that bug net can be progression in that mode of the randomizer.
Well, that's how that works. Okay.
All
I
right.
am loving that the Link sprites on Scoop's side.
Yeah. It So it's been a while since I played Zelda 2. I would assume it follows that your red is better than your blue, which is a little bit backwards for Super Metroid, where Varia is the red one, and you get that first, and then Gravity is the second one, and that's not blue, but it's closer to blue than red is.
Purplish.
Yeah, that.
All right, so about to have a high five between Ikea and Scoopula.
So in both of their spots, they're going to have to think about their routing, since Ikea is pretty close to Gravity. He's going to get that soon. Oh, that's all right. So Ganon fight's going to be super easy if we find a bow. Scoopula just picked up silvers.
Good stuff at Green Hill Zone.
So if we are our runners, we have to decide which direction do we want to go. Do we go to Wreck Ship, or do we go down to Norfair and then up? So I'm thinking, because Scoopula checked Green Hill Zone, he's pretty much saying no going down, so he might be going up to Wreck Ship.
He can also dip back into Link to the Past from the parlor to wake up to Loose the Goose.
Yes, that is an option. And that would give him the mountain, which would be 2 checks plus Norfair.
Might be faster going that way. I'm not sure. All right, Beta Missiles is just stupors. We are very rapidly approaching the point of we don't need Charge Beam.
Yeah, we need 4060s minimum, so we're already at 4540, so another 2 packs of supers would do it.
Spring Ball! The Blue Tunic, how about that?
Yeah, so if we find a bow, we'll be pretty good on the Ganon fight. I think we found some hard pieces and containers along the way.
We still need 2 swords, though.
We do.
Do you know offhand what checks there are that are explicitly gated by swords? Because I would imagine those are the only places that swords can't be.
Mothula is gated by a sword since you need to cut a curtain. Aga is gated by a sword and a keep or 2 swords. Otherwise, swords could be anywhere.
Oh boy.
Yep, sword mode is a pretty common go mode in Blitz.
Alright, Scoop's also in the perfect position to check Shaft Supers. Might be a little tricky without being able to freeze the goo, whatever they're called. I don't know their name.
Yeah, it's he doesn't even need to even do the Shine Spark. He could just scout it first.
Right. That works.
Or you could just do it.
Just missiles, but any until we find that charge beam, any amount of missiles is great. And heck, even if we do find charge beam, it might still be faster to use ammo depending on what other beams you find.
It looks like Scoop is going to head up.
Checking Omega missiles first. What's here? Spazer!
Yeah, you take any beam and you just hope you find charge at some point.
Yeah, Spazer is only bad if you've already found plasma. Scoop taking time to think, and he is going to push on through Super Metroid.
Yeah, I like this. The game has given you pretty much every item you need to do a lot in Super Metroid, so you might as well stay here.
Checking Bomb Chorizo first. Now, if I remember correctly, if you don't collect his item, you can escape. Yeah.
Yes. I forget when it was changed, but if you pick up the item, you have to fight Bomb Chorizo even if you do not have bombs.
Yeah, I think that change was made while I was on my sabbatical.
Yeah, it's been that way for a bit, but it's no longer just a free item pickup.
All right, so Scoop's gonna check this, and if I'm Scoop at this point, I'm gonna do the gauntlet checks too.
Well, if he does the gauntlet checks, he will be rewarded because there are flippers in the back.
Oh, Ikir, was that what Ikir was checking?
Yep, he scouted it, and flippers are on the left side.
Okay. Yep, Scoop's gonna go for it. And refill at the ship afterward. That makes sense. And
IQ's going to pass.
Yep, Crescent XT pointing out, yep, that is our Dark World access, or at least one way to do it.
It is. It's not a great Dark World access, but it is Dark World access.
That is so funny. I was talking about that in the volunteer chat before we went live. That you could do that, go that route from Dark Ice Rod.
Mm-hmm. So now let's see. Yep, and yep, that does get you to the pyramid. All right, so we have the Dark World access. So is this technically? Wait, what are we missing? Oh, we're missing swords. All right, so never mind. We are still looking. A little early yet.
Not very much early.
Yep, we just have to find 2 of 4 ice rods. That's all. Theoretical ice rods, not actual ice rods.
Right, because it's the same idea. Because like, since the only place Ice Rod can't be is on a Trinax, since he's the only thing that Hard requires it.
Correct.
All right, if Scoop wants to go back to Link to the Past, this is going to be his last chance for a while. All right, he's going to push on through Super Metroid.
Yeah, I agree with that based on his loadout. Like he's missing a whole bunch of Dark World access, so you've got an entire game ahead of you, so might as well.
Yeah, chat pointing out Scoop doesn't have the hammer, so.
But at this point, may not matter.
Okay, I was wondering about this. Scoop's gonna check at least the top of Red Tower.
We'll see where he goes here, because from a routing perspective, I would have wanted to do this on the way out of Wreck Ship and then just head down and do like Red Tower and then Crade and then Norfair, but if he chooses to go to Wreck Ship, he has to double back and take another elevator ride, so we'll see what he does.
He might be thinking he's going to take the expected route to Meridia through the Forgotten Highway.
But it's slow. We don't want to take the Forgotten Highway ever. Unless you're, unless we're playing,
Nintendo Power percent.
Yeah, that, or the thing I was going to say was, Area Rando? Yeah, Area Rando is the thing I think I mean.
There's some more energy. That's never a bad thing. And even more energy.
It's good to have that as a safety.
Ikir sees blueberries at the maze. Bottom of the ocean is regular missiles.
Okay, so yeah,
Scoop is not going to go down Red Tower.
Yeah, so it was just peek at the moat and then go down. So it makes sense if you really don't want to do Fantoon and you really don't want to do any of Wreck Ship because it is slow, then this is fine.
And this is another thing I really love about Rando, route divergence. I love seeing when you can do whatever as opposed to there's one route through who can do it fastest.
All right, so Ikir found a fire rod at Spooky Missiles, and that'll be just good. We already have a lamp, but
if nothing else, it's a weapon.
Indeed.
Scoop having a little bit of trouble in the pre-X-ray room, but he gets through it. Item is missiles. And he'll take them.
In Blitz, you take them.
All right, Fantoon, the living embodiment of RNG in Super Metroid. Slow pattern, fast eye close, the worst you can possibly get.
Fantoon did reappear quickly, and that is... It's making the best out of the worst case.
Yeah, we'll see if Ikir is going to go for the super missile finish. Trying to stunlock Fantoon by moving toward him as he fires, so the shots hit too quickly for him to close his eye.
You need to set up Fantoon in a specific spot in order to make that happen, and usually it requires a jump as he's off screen.
You saw a little bit of how that can work right there.
Yeah, an on-screen Doppler is a little tough because you have to get Fantoon when he's frozen in place, and you have to have the timing really down for that.
All right, Scoop's going to head right into Meridia. He might be thinking Dark Ice Rod, like I mentioned earlier. All right, Ikir finishes off Fantoon with a super missile. They actually do double damage to him, but if one hits him and doesn't kill him, it'll enrage him and he'll waste about 30 seconds at the top of the screen. Break medallion. Don't think we're going to see that. Oh, that's a good point. Fantoon was the green pendant, so that's another item turn in when Ikir gets back to Super Metroid.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be going back there specifically for it, but if like we find like a mirror or something and you just route it in with pod.
Right. Alrighty, Scoop heading over to Mama Turtle. The E-Tank is just more ammo. And I think right there, I think that's exactly enough ammo. Book of Medora. I think that's exactly enough ammo to take out Mother Brain.
60-50 is a little over, but that'll work. Oh wait, is it? It's not over.
No, you're right.
It's over on
Right.
the missiles, but it's not over on the supers. We need 60 supers. Is that enough?
Yeah, if none of them miss. Mother Brain's got
Yes.
18,000 health, Supers do 300 apiece, 300 times 60.
I'll trust your math on that. I'm not good at the quick math, especially if I'm in the middle of a race. I'm just like, nope, just get 40-60, and if you're over, you're over.
I'm autistic. I've always been good at math as part of that.
Ah.
Keep heading for Watering Hole. Ikir is heading for the wreck ship E-Tank.
Did Ikir save?
I didn't see. I was focused on Scoop.
Well, if he resets, then we know he saved.
Well, there you go. And even more power bombs at the Watering Hole. Thank you, Witty, for confirming that. Wake is Main Street Spark Missiles.
It's unlikely we're going to need to go into Misery Mire or Turtle Rock, but it's there.
As the saying goes, rando gonna rando. Never know.
True. There could be 4 swords in TR. Just, you don't know.
My jaw would drop if that happened.
Very improbable, but
Technically possible.
actually, no, it is actually impossible because you need a sword to get in.
Oh, well, it could be 3.
Could be 3.
Alright, is Scoop gonna check either of the sand pits? Definitely gonna check one, because he's heading to save so he can reset if he doesn't find anything. Ikir gets magic powder out of the wreck ship attic.
We haven't really seen anything else in the wreck ship that could even count as progression, so might be the powder.
Wreck ship has been extremely underwhelming. Alright, gonna check the wreck ship art reserve tank. Just some sticks. Ooh, all 4 swords in GT for a Plando. That is evil.
I mean, could still happen here since it's 000.
Indeed.
We're still a ways away from Ganon's tower. We are missing both gloves.
We don't need Ganon's tower.
Unless any one of those 27 items is something we need.
Right. Alright, Ikira at the bowling chozo. This will give him about a 30-second break. He can catch his breath, wipe his hands, take a drink.
Meanwhile, Scrupula's on Botwoon. Botwoon's being a little bit of a bully right now.
He is just refusing to cooperate.
He really does.
There we go. Alright, what's at the bottom of Rex ship? No, not bottom. What's in the gravity suit area? Missiles at the destructible Chozo. See a heart piece at post-bot Mooney tank. And what's the gravity suit item? It's Maria.
Doesn't do anything right now, but
Could Could be the piece you need to unlock a sword.
Yeah, let's we're a ways away from that since we would need. Wait, are we though? We can get to the mire area.
We can get to Dark Ice Rod, and that'll get us to the pyramid.
Yeah, but specifically for mire, because that's where King of Samaria is like the important thing, right?
That one switch in mire is as far as I know, is the only thing that Samaria is hard required for.
Yes, and in Ice Palace, if there's a small key on Cold Stare, then you'd need King of Samaria to get to Cold Stare.
All right, Precious Missiles is X-ray scope. If we find Plasma Beam and Charge Beam, we could. No, wait.
I think we're out of microwavable bosses.
Right, it's just Botwound and Dragon, I believe.
Phantoon can also be microwaved.
Oh yes, he can. It just requires a setup. And for those who do not know, microwaving involves firing a plasma beam shot through an enemy that's not flagged to stop it because you're not supposed to have it for that enemy, and then using the X-ray scope to run the invincibility frames out, and then basically doing that repeatedly so they get hit multiple times by the same shot. Or in layman's terms, it's the Yellow Devil pause trick from Mega Man 1.
Let's see where Ike here wants to go. I'm a little surprised Scrupula is doing an ammo fight instead of using the grapple, but might be concerned about health.
Well, that notwithstanding, the fight is now over. Oh, okay, so that's red pendant. We have not seen blue pendant.
That is very well, you got to get that.
Holy.
So
okay.
So 2 pendants in Super Metroid may not seem like a big deal, but you do have to know that the pendants are weighted to be in a Link to the Past for balancing reasons. So seeing 2 pendants in Super Metroid is actually a big deal.
All right, and we have not had a pause in Brinstar or Norfair, so we do not know if Kraid or Ridley might be holding the 3rd pendant.
It is very unlikely that they are, but not impossible.
All right, Scoop's got Speed Booster, so he can kill the... Yeah, I guess he's not going to try that. I'm going to say you can kill the red pirates in the plasma beam room with shine sparks.
Yeah, that is a you have to short charge it, and even at 14 E-tanks, it is not something I would be comfortable with. So you have to really be patient to have the one at the bottom do like get into the right position so you could get the shine spark down, and then it's get the rest of them, and that's you have to practice it. You can't just do it on the fly, and I don't know how practiced Scrupula is at that.
It is also worth noting that Scoop is in the perfect place and with the perfect items to check Shack Tool.
Yep, and in Blitz, just check the things that are around you.
There's a big heart in the right sand pit, 1 item out of the 2. And I believe that is the 4th 300 rupee pack.
Yep, and we very much do not need it.
Alrighty, we are going to see that shack check from Scoop.
I would imagine this is just being thorough, because yeah, it is slow, but I would imagine he wants to end the route at either going down to Norfair or going into A Link to the Past through the portal by Dragon. And if that's the case, then you're doing as many things in Dark World as you can because you have no easy way back until you find your Dark World access, which it is not likely given that we know where the hammer is, and Scrupula's probably not getting back to it unless it's the last location.
Meanwhile, Scrupula's waiting for Shagtool to dig through this big pile of sand. You killed him! How could you kill him?
That's right, he'll be back.
Alrighty, what's here?
Well, we'll never know. Oh, he's going for it, though. Oh.
Oh.
All right.
That's... We can't get to Dark Death Mountain yet, I don't think, but that... No, it's more access to regular Death Mountain, isn't it?
Yeah, it lets Scrupula get to East Death Mountain. So this route may take him down to Norfair and then to the mountain.
You can loop through East Death Mountain to Tower of Hera, correct?
Yes, if you have a hammer.
Which Scoop does not. Okay.
But he does have a mirror, so he can get to Hera through, like, not the hookshot side, but just going...
The vanilla route.
Yes.
Alrighty, Scoop did not take the zip tube up to the front of Meridia, so he's probably not going to take that portal.
No, I think the hookshot is guiding his route here. Although, if you were gonna go to Norfair, why not just go down the broken tube and head down that way? But
yeah, I don't get
doing.
He's trying to gate glitch here.
If you're going back up, it's faster if you get this on the first shot. Oh, he's getting Quake.
Oh, right. He's right here anyway, so... Yeah, that took maybe 30 seconds, and then now he's got the Quake just in case it does wind up being required.
Yeah, if you can get it, you might as well. There's no reason to isolate it if you know it's there.
Hey, boy, you'd have that on your face if it turned out that it locked Turtle Rock and there was progression there.
All right, so Scoop is going to go to Kraid. It's a few items, but it's quick.
Might as well kill Kraid at this point too and see what you get credit for.
Mm-hmm. And just a reminder to our viewers, because it is 000, none of the bosses are required unless there is a item that we need.
Yeah, Scoop's got a bottle. That's...
Also, Ike here is back in A Link to the Past.
Alrighty. He's got a lot he can do, but we'll see where he goes. Obviously, first step is wake the goose up.
And then presumably go to Death Mountain.
Alrighty, let's see. Are we going to have a Kraid quick kill, or are we taking him to the prom? Prom it is. Kraid, you're a jerk. Alright, what's at the Various suit? Jack. Oh, let's see what Ike here finds on the magic bat. Missiles! Wonderful!
The interesting thing about Blitz is that While the dungeons collectively don't matter, the dungeons you do care about are Green Pendant and the 2 red crystals. So, our runners will be looking out for those specifically, but besides that, a boss kill is just an item.
I did not see what Scoop got off of Braid.
A heart piece.
No, the boss token.
Oh, crystal 7. So it's not a red, so it's just a regular crystal.
Alrighty, Scoop lost nothing by skipping Waterfall of Wishing.
But Ikir now has 2 quarter hearts. Yes, that is nothing. Oh, Ikir's going to turn in the green pendant.
Wouldn't it be something if this was progression? Well, the only progression we need now, I think, is the swords, so... Money.
Nothing. Oh, we gotta go fast. Scoopula just picked up Pegasus boots.
Ikir's rescuing Gary the old man.
Scoopula's doing a think here.
So yeah, evaluating his options.
I don't know, like this is fine. But if you went to Shack Tool and you got a hook shot, I would kind of want to push that. Because you have to think that gambling on Shack Tool is something most runners are not going to do, so you want to push any advantage that you would get over that. So that's my thought on. Hey, there's a glove on Spec Rock.
Oh boy, Ikir can't get that because he doesn't have
the mirror. The mirror, which is behind Dragon.
Alrighty, Scoop has made it to Bubble Mountain. Looks like he's not gonna check the upper part just... Oh no, he's just killing things. So yeah, here comes... Alrighty, so upper Norfair. Ikir setting up a bomb jump.
A little difficult to do without a sword, just because you have to line up the sprite, and if you use a sword for your visual cue, then it kind of falls apart if you don't have a sword.
Right. Alrighty, Scoop now has 60 super missiles, so that's Mother Brain 2 on its own.
So at this point, it's just swords.
Dimetheus, our tracker, calling Sword and Swamp. You're an evil, evil man.
There's always a sword in Swamp.
Already, Scoop heading up to the speed booster. Two prizes in this little nook. Hey, Swamp Palace itself is in the chat. How about that?
Look, there's nothing wrong with having a sword, all right? Like, we like that. We like having swords.
Speed Booster Zone is a bust.
Ikir's heading over to Ice. Might be following that up with the Croc, maybe?
What's the croc vanilla route called? I know part of it is Crumble Tower.
So the way you're supposed to get to Croc is through where Ikea is now, where you take the power bombs, you go down through Crumble Tower, high jump boots on Scoop's Guide, and then you take that long.
It's a
thing
speedway,
you
but
run.
it's not Frog Speedway.
Yeah. Is it just Croc Speedway? Is that the name of it?
I don't care. It is now.
All right. Perfect.
Alrighty, Crumble Tower item is nothing. And Ikea is not going to go to Croc.
Interesting.
But it looks like Scoop is. Remember, always bet on Croc.
This is not a guarantee for Croc. You could be taking the southern route to get to Lower Norfair. No, it's Croc.
Nice back pedal.
That's what I'm here for.
Alrighty, Croc does not take damage in the same way other bosses do. Each projectile into his mouth backs him up a certain amount, and the goal is to back him up into the acid. Stalling to pump his feet twice right there. That's a troll.
All right. Just a heart piece behind Croc, and we've got a bunch more items to check.
All right, we've got post-Croc Peebs, Sine Wave, Indiana Jones, and the grapple item.
Yep, everything perfectly accessible.
Yet more money we don't need. I guess a heart piece is okay.
I've got 2 checks left at Croc. Haven't seen anything really writing home about. All right, well, gotta keep
Could be
it.
relevant, you never know. Underwhelming Croc. Unless the ether turns out to be value.
We still need a sword in order to really do anything with that, even if ether is required at all for Misery Mire or Turtle Rock. All right, Scrupio's farming up here, which sort of screams to me that he's getting ready for Lower Norfair.
Alrighty. That also gives him the opportunity to dip into Mire for whatever he can grab there.
And with a mirror, that's going to be an additional check in Checkerboard Cave, and in fact, Desert Palace itself.
Right, he can do desert. he can do some of desert or at least check the ledge. And he's
Right.
got those Pegasus boots, so if desert turns out to be boot blocked, he can finish it.
We are still missing a glove for the back of desert, though.
Oh, that's right. Like I've said, Link to the Past is my weaker game, so
I mean, granted, it's still a good routing decision to go into desert because you're going to be right there anyway. But Scoople is deciding not to. He's actually
he's
going
backdooring to the
reverse.
ice beam room.
This is a interesting routing decision.
It makes sense. You don't want to orphan anything, and he's already in. When he got to the business center, he checked the croc escape on him. He knows it's not. He knows it's not relevant.
Right, but now if he's going to go to Lower Norfair, now he's effectively double backing.
He can get there reasonably quickly through Frog Speedway.
I guess. Oh, Vidi makes a good point in that in SMZ3 you don't need the glove to get to the back of desert because you can mirror from the dark world past the stones that you have to lift.
Right, I forgot about that.
It's one of those SMZ3 specials where there's a few of those that the portals can provide. Like, normally you can't get a glove in Checkerboard Cave or a flute because in A Link to the Past Randomizer you need the mitts and the flute to get there. But because the portals exist, that's not a hard requirement.
Alrighty, Scoop's gonna get that lift upgrade.
Now, if he can find mitts, he can get to Dark World conventionally without the hammer, which we know is in Eastern, specifically in the big chest.
And he's got Medora, so yeah, he's gonna go check the ether tablet and see what's on it. Heart piece. So if I'm Scoop, I do Hera here so I don't orphan it. Good call.
If he doesn't find a sword here, he's gonna have to orphan it because there's no way to kill Moldorm.
We'll see how many prizes are here then. Or rather, where he finds the prizes. There's one. Does he have to do Harapot?
Doesn't have to. He does have the big key, so he can just go up the normal way, but this is faster.
Okay. All right. The small key can lock itself in the basement, right?
Correct.
There's the compass. There's the... Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yep. So he does
Yeah,
need the Moldorm kill in order to get the second item, whether it's the small key on Moldorm for the basement or if it's on Moldorm himself.
That's unfortunate.
Also, we did miss the Kraid quick kill from Ike here.
Didn't even give him the time of day.
As intended.
Alrighty. Let's see what Ikir does. Scoop's rescuing Gary. Looks like Ikir didn't do much off, didn't do the red bridge loop.
Yeah, there's been some interesting routing decisions by both of our runners tonight.
Yeah, nothing stands out to me as particularly good or bad, just responding to the scene, you know?
Yeah, and again, this is what Blitz does. it forces different decisions because you're not prioritizing dungeon clears, you're just prioritizing density.
Alrighty, Ike here up into Main Meridia. And Scoop is heading for East Death Mountain. There's a portal here, but it requires mitts, correct?
Yes, the dark green stone on the bottom of the screen is a midstone, and that is a dark world portal.
Alrighty, Scoop and Paradox Cave. 7 checks in here total.
Nox Cave has beams, apparently, and morph bombs. Has plasma, ice, and morph bombs. So in an ideal world, we just find charge and we have full beam combo.
Yeah, that was nuts. Yep. Internet went a little wonky on my Discord system, so I missed some of that. Had to catch it on the restream.
Ooh. And we got a screw attack on the floating mountain. Floating mountain? No, it's a floating island. Scoop can't get that yet since we don't have mitts, but does have the required mirror for it. And if you're going to go to lower Norfair, you definitely want to pick up a screw attack just to make it a little easier. Alright, Scubula save and quits to Sank, and it's going to do the back of escape, which it's sort of weird seeing it at 115, but we just got a glove now, so it's available. Alright, what's back here? There it is. Charge and just dips. leaves the third thing behind. It just says, I'm done. All right, does he go back for it? Let's see. All right, we haven't seen the key yet, so that is a good heads up play. Scoopula would have saved 3 seconds on me if I was racing this.
Sorry I went quiet there for a bit, having some connection trouble.
You're good.
Yeah, we just saw a bunch of key items all in a row. Like, wow.
Yeah. Mother Brain's going to be a cakewalk once we start doing that, but
yeah, I saw we've got all 5 beams now.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sick Kid, what do you got? We don't need any more of those. All right, Scoopy's going to turn on the flute. It already has the mountain access, so it's not super required. It's just a thing you do while you're here.
Right.
All right, Ike here looks like is going to go down to Shack Tool, and we know that this is a good play.
Scoop just real quickly checking the desert ledge, debating his next move.
I would have gone into desert, but we'll see what he wants. All right, flipper checks.
And we know he's going to lose a little if he checks Waterfall of Wish, and we know that's 2 pieces of love, so we know that's pointless.
I would imagine he checks it because if you're doing the flipper checks, you might as well just get all of it done.
Right.
All right. There's a hook shot for Ike here.
Alrighty, we're crisscrossing checks again. So we've got a little downtime. We'll remind you again, follow the runners, follow the stream team. We're all doing our best here.
Right, so I'm more interested in what Ike here is going to do now. I assume go back to Death Mountain.
Alrighty, Ike here is exiting Meridia the usual way.
Looks like Scoopio's going to start digging.
Right, we've got dig spot here.
Oh, Ike here bailed on Dragon, just found the hook shot is just leaving.
Oh no.
All right. I mean, granted, easy to get back, but actually, no, not easy to get back. We don't have Dark World access yet through the normal method.
Alright, looks like Scoop is indeed heading into desert now. Ike here's getting the Death Mountain checks in.
Yeah, if you're going for density, it's absolutely the correct play. All right, Ike here getting the goodies out of Paradox Cave. That is Morph Bombs, Ice, and Plasma.
All of the frickin' goodies.
Of course, not the required swords we're looking for, but
We can't get to the Turtle Rock pedestal without mitts, right?
hey, we found a sword.
Oh, there's one.
And yes,
Those Pegasus boots were a good pickup.
yes, we do need the mitts in order to get to Dark Death Mountain. So that does include TR.
Alrighty, have we seen the other prize in desert?
No, I think it's on Landmo.
Right, we don't have easy access without mitts. No, we have one lift upgrade. That's all we need because that's all you'd have in vanilla.
Yes, so Scoopula can clear this.
he's right here, I would do it. And I will laugh so hard if it's a second sword. Scoop didn't get that fire rod, did he?
Remind me where it was?
I actually don't remember.
Huh.
Chad or Diometheus, if any of you remember? In Super Metroid.
Hmm.
Alright, so Scoop is going to have to fight the Landmos with just Fighter Sword.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a gross fight. Yep, it was in Wreck Ship. Fire Rod was in Spooky Missiles.
Oh, right, I remember now.
And I'm the one who said it, too.
You were. Fortunately, with the health and the blue mail, Scoop, this will just take a little bit. I don't think Scoop's in any real danger.
Yeah, just gotta make sure you don't get bullied, but otherwise it should be fine. Now, a key difference here is that Ikir is going to be able to get the second item in Hera, since he has the hammer. So, let's see if it's on Moldorm. It's okay.
That is our second lift upgrade.
All right. So Scubula now has normal Dark World access.
Yeah, Dark World just busted wide open.
Do a lot now. Loot 6 takes him to the mire area.
All right, what's Scoop gonna do from here? Going for quick checks, I would imagine.
Yeah, these two in Mire Shed plus Checkerboard is pretty easy. Cape is a nice safety for the Ganon fight.
But is not required.
Not required. We're still looking for any one of the other 3 swords that are out in the world.
And they can be literally anywhere now. Yeah, like, almost all of both games is open to this point, so what the heck do you do?
At this point, right, so Bombos is Mire, so that's not even an option. At this point, I think it's just go to the places that have your highest density, so Lower Norfair to me is correct.
Ikir completes a heart from Hera, and that's about it. All right, but Gold Torito's gonna be a joke. What's its Showcase Showdown? It's just blueberries. And Gold Torito missiles is just regular missiles. Scoopula, that's a trick you can do by crouching and holding L and R to aim up. The shots hit Gold Torito multiple times when you do. The problem is most people, a lot of Super Metroid players I know of, map the run button to one of the shoulder buttons. And since the shoulder button cannot be mapped, since the aim cannot be mapped to the face buttons,
Yeah, if you crouch in one spot specifically, none of the projectiles hit you, but you hit Gold Torito, so it's the sweet spot, as they say.
Alrighty, Scoop, what's on your mind?
Not Lower Norfair, apparently.
Village of Outcasts.
That's valid. Although, you're going the wrong way. You don't have a hammer. No, this is a ped check.
Did we find the blue pendant somewhere, or is he just looking?
We didn't find the blue pendant, but if you've got two, you might as well see what the third one is, or at least what it could get you. Just an E-tank. In retrospect, I kind of like it after thinking about it for a bit, because if you have another sword there, then you just know, like, you just have a path to go mode. It's slow, but, like...
You only have one more pendant to find, so...
Yeah. But also, this is not a key sanity mode, so you could just check the map and see which one it is.
Right. Here's getting his check of desert.
Yeah, checking ped there without the fire rod makes sense because you're not going to Skull Woods. So, like, normally you just go to Skull Woods and then mirror check ped and then do the back. But if you don't have fire rod, then you might be a ways away from the pedestal. So, if you're in the area, just check it to see if that's your goal and move on.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alright, so there's a small key in the front of Thieves Town. Relevant because Scrupula does not have hammer. So, if there's an item in the back, then he would be leaving that behind. So he's just gonna dip out of front 4 and continue on.
You're back into Super Metroid. All right, Scoop, what you got in mind?
Ike, you're going back to Meridia?
What's Scoop thinking? Did he must have not checked Lumberjack Ledge earlier.
Yeah. That's like the two schools of thought about Lumberjack. It's either you check it at the beginning or you check it after you have boots.
I didn't see what Cape Ledge was.
Neither did I, but if Scrupula is... Wait, no, Scrupula's not the one with the cape, is he? Oh no, he is, so he can get it, so it doesn't matter.
Now, the only reason he would have skipped it would be if it's not relevant. So... I think Ikir is heading... they're going to do... Well, Red Shield. I think Ikir is going to either do Dragon or go to Dark Island.
Yeah, let's see what he does.
It could be both. Ikir, you have plasma. You can kill him.
But not charge, though.
Oh, he didn't... Oh, right, he didn't do the escape sequence. Bye-bye, Botwoon. Scoop is heading towards Catfish, I believe.
Yeah, and then I would expect he double backs and goes to the pyramid and probably pod.
Did he check Waterfall of Wishing already?
I don't know.
If he didn't, then this is his best chance to check it since he's got the mirror. He won't lose as much time as you won't lose that much time. Or not. Resetting to the mountain. Oh, he's gonna do Dark Death Mountain, I bet.
Yep, you can do it. He's got mitts, he's got a hook shot. And if TR is not bombos, he can get in and check the first chest.
Where did Ikir find Samaria? I don't remember.
Wreck ship.
Are you sure?
Barely?
I thought it was somewhere else.
Yeah, I thought it was at Vanilla Gravity.
You may be right.
Alright, so Ikir's got a mirror coming up. And I did forget that this is Blitz, so GT is open, so it is not just hookshot and a TR open, it is pretty much Ganon's tower, at least the left side of it anyway.
Scoop's also got Hookshot Cave right here.
Yep, that's easy for, and if he wants Screw Attack, he can get it too.
There we go!
Or we're done.
Alrighty, that is go mode for Scoopula at about an hour 35 and change. Scoop's got the flute. So got the flute and the lamp, so
because he doesn't have the hammer, he can't flute 4 to get to the pyramid. He has to take the long way around.
I think this is Scoop's race to lose at this point.
Yep, at this point it is just do the Ganon fight on Master Sword Silverless because we didn't find a bow anywhere, and then a very easy Turian and Mother Brain.
Dimetheus kindly pointed out Turtle Rock was Quake, but not relevant. Back here by some Mountain Dew voltage.
I think Scroopless is doing just quick checks along the way, just hoping to spike a bow or another sword.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it could happen. Like you're just going to get his charge beam out of this. Alrighty, what we got in Hype Cave?
Thick.
Yo!
So that's a tempered sword, so this fight just became way easier, and Ikir is about to happen into it. This is a race.
Oh yeah, this is a real race now. Scoop realizing that he has to go around.
Correct.
Okay, so I think well, there's Ice Rod too. Not like we care.
Is this fast? Is Ike here saving quitting faster than just going out? Or did he want to take the refill?
I think he wanted the refill. This did we see Pyramid Ledge? No, Scoop's gonna look.
Yes! Get the bow!
Oh God!
This is not a blitz loadout. This is just a regular loadout.
This is a race.
So granted, Scubula has a good advantage having tempered over master, but this is a normal 774 loadout for Ganon, and Ike here did not check the ledge. Oh boy.
Yeah, this unless dies or falls, that Ike here is not going to make this up.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate, but wow, what an ending. I mean, granted, it hasn't ended yet, but what a development.
I know this got really intense, really fast, and I love it.
Now, granted, Ike here is no slouch, but the amount of time you save on a tempered sword fight is it ain't nothing.
And Ike here with Master Sword silverless, no less. Scubula gets the torch glitch.
Not too much time setting up the multiple shots, but cleans it up really well.
Alrighty, get your single decent chat because we got bacon.
Also, if you don't have the bow, Ganon makes fun of you and calls you a dingus.
Have not seen that before. I love it.
You see it a lot in Blitz.
How many spins is it for phase 4 with the Master Sword?
24.
Yeah, Scoop's lead. Yeah, between IQ and Scoop's lead is insurmountable at this point. Like the only thing that could possibly happen would be that he loses power and has to forfeit.
Which is not likely.
Yeah, and this is a Super Metroid casual playthrough. I'm getting everything on the way loadout. And we can do stand up.
We're really missing screw attack, but I mean, that's just a comfort at this point.
Screw attack, yeah, that comfort. Good work. Alrighty, right. Single G's for Ike here because we got some more bacon. All right, Scoop, looks like Scoop didn't even bother trying to get the baby Metroid skip.
Yeah, if
Faces to the
you,
right.
yeah, it's
Yeah, when you
a
face to the right, your stand-up animation is just a teeny bit faster.
yeah stand-up glitch. The not stand-up glitch, but baby skip is a trick that a lot of the elite runners just make look easy, and it takes a bunch of practice. It is not easy.
Not even close. Not even in the same zip code as easy. Yeah, Scoop's got plenty of ammo and charge stream, so yeah, he's just gonna destroy those appetites the usual way.
The Zeb skip.
The skips cancel each other out, and you just have Zebs. I mentioned earlier, Mother Brain in this phase has 3,000 health, and but the fight can't move on until the glass is broken, which takes 20 projectiles. And here we have, like I said, 18,000 health. The super missiles are better DPS because of how fast they can fire. So that's going to be about, I believe, 13 or 14 shots needed with the charged ice wave plasma. "11 shots. I was close. It looks like Soup is not going for stand-up."
Yeah, it does save you time if you get it, but if you don't get it, then you lose a lot of time, especially if you soft lock. So always safe to just not do it. Also, Ike here doing the hardest trick in the game, turning on Varia and Gravity after turning it off.
Yeah, I can imagine that being easy to forget. Like, I've never tried baby skip. Or, no, that wasn't baby skip. I don't do that.
Yeah, Ike here did the baby skip, which is the same thing that Scoopula did.
Right, yeah. Ridley's also got 18,000 health, as Dionysius pointed out, but he takes double damage from supers like Fantoon does. So, Ike here going for the ice Zeb skip. Gets it reasonably quickly. Good deal. Alrighty, Scrupula moving into phase 3. 40 shot Hyper Beam. Alrighty, Scrupula's gonna have 3 minutes to escape Planet Zebes. And he exits before the timer can start running. Good deal. Run valid. Like you're using his reserve tanks to enable the stand-up glitch. Good deal.
This is probably not going to save him enough time, but it'll close the gap a little bit.
didn't work.
This is probably fine. This is fine.
Alrighty, Scoop is back into the old escape shaft. And we are about 30 seconds from our finish. At least for Scoop. See if he saves the animals. I don't think so.
I doubt it.
You know, didn't think.
Everyone,
Alrighty, with that, Scoopula is first place on the restream. Praise Gamer, what is his time?
First on restream and first overall with an official racetime.gg time of 1:48:59.
Alrighty, I believe we had 5 or 6 people running.
Yes, we have 5 entrants in the race.
Did we have any DNFs?
Just one for now.
Okay. Alrighty, we'll see if we can get Scoop and Ike here in here. Ike here's going to be done soon, so we'll probably just bring them both in at once.
I like it. Shooting up in the corner like this is the safe way to do it. You may notice a tiny bit of lag, which can be mitigated if you just get up right in her face and just fire hyper beams at her.
That's a speed run strat. I wouldn't do that in a rando. Not little dangerous. Ike's run is also valid by exiting Mother Brain's arena without the timer starting. Little moonfall right there.
I can never get that one.
Oh, already is Ike here going to save the animals? No.
Alrighty, and finishing second on restream and second overall is Ike here with an official race time.gg time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 47 seconds.
This was a particularly fun one. Like I said, just diverge and come back together.
And Gomo's pretty much within a minute of each other, and that's notable.
That's a thing, all right. Alrighty, we are joined by Ikir and Scoopula. GG to both of you.
GG Scoopula.
Jeez, hi Kier, hi Blocked, hi Crazed. So what do we do here?
All right,
That
so
was great.
It was a good one.
Yeah, I'm glad you were.
I got baited so hard.
Well, you got what? Sorry.
I got baited so hard.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I went to Shack Tool and found the hook shot.
Oh, yeah, I grabbed it too. I stayed out of Rex ship because it's Rex ship, and, but
I did do Rex ship, and I don't think there was anything there of consequence. Fire rod, which helped on Ganon, but other than that, nothing much.
It's with a mode like this, I'm glad you're done soon. Whoever's first doesn't matter. But did you? Oh, okay, it's still up here. So the hookshot had a sword in Hookshot Cave. Turns out.
Oh, I never found myths, so I couldn't do that.
that was desert, and I'm gonna tell you what.
Oh, Desert Boss?
Yeah.
Yup.
I didn't do Desert Boss. I cut out with the hook shot so I could go, or the one sword, so I could continue my route of going through Meridia, coming out, and sweeping up Dark World.
Well, I'll just say it now. I'm sure it looked great going to desert because I was ready to go to Lower Norfair, and I'm like, I have a book. Why not?
I said the same thing.
And then I get the sword, and then I'm like, well, I really shouldn't be going to the back here now, should I? And then halfway on the way, I'm like, oh, that was my weapon. So I'm like,
I was tempted. I was really tempted. So you didn't find the sword that was in Hype Cave then?
I actually did because I wanted to. When I got go mode on Hookshot Cave, and then took the CAC portal and went south all the way around. I didn't do Dig Game or Smith or any of the long stuff. Just did 45 Stumpy Hype Cave. So.
Now, I do want to jump in here because there's context here. Scrupula, you took that route because you couldn't take Flute 4, correct?
Yeah, no hammer, no.
Because no hammer.
Oh, you got a hammer.
Oh, you missed the hammer. It was in an Eastern big chest.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So I had that super early.
I was gonna say, when did you get it? Because I got to 2, and then I'm like, okay. The third thing, I got the third thing, which was vanilla compass, and I'm like, so I got to go the whole way around to maybe get a map.
Yep, so I tried it. I got the big key. I'm like, yeah, it's probably nothing, and then hammer. I'm like, okay.
You know, as wacky as these modes are, this is like, these seeds are interesting on TV. You know,
they are. Sure.
Just for that.
Happy about all the things I did, like everything I could with the stuff. Like I got the book, and I went, well, I have one book check, desert. Let's go see what the ledge item is. I guess I'll go in. Why not? Get the sword. But I checked like shovel. I checked powder. I think powder was in wreck ship. I checked the green pendant because that was wreck ship.
So I'm looking at this. You would have had to go through Lower Norfair to get to desert.
If you didn't have book.
Which says you didn't.
I had book.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's on that tracker, but yeah, I had the book. I don't remember where it was, but yeah, we got it.
Mama Turtle.
Meridia, yeah.
Oh.
Right, that item. Because I saw it, I'm like, well, that's useless. I'm not going to check any of the pedestals, but I guess desert could be a thing.
Do you have a bow?
And Akir, I got to break your heart here, unfortunately, because
it's coming.
Yes, yeah. Scoop had a much faster Ganon fight because the bow was a pyramid ledge.
Oh no!
He's got to have that one, right?
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that's like a minute and a half difference. It's still not enough to like change it, but yeah.
If it was anywhere else, this wouldn't feel as bad for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the two of you got there at about the same time.
A lot.
It would have been a lot closer if you had made that check.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, it was rough.
I mean, I thought I was happy getting the charge out of the back of Escape, but then, yeah, I didn't even think to check it. I'm like, I'm just go.
All right, so I've got 2 questions I ask everybody. So I hear you first. The rounding you did throughout the seed, anything about that you felt particularly good about?
I felt good about the hook shot until I saw the mirror, and then I facepalmed because the mirror made the hook shot redundant, and so I could save a lot of time just finishing the route I originally planned.
Scoop, how about you? How'd you feel about your routing?
Well, as good as I can. Skipping wreck ship, I guess, worked out this time. This would be the kind of thing where wreck ship would have something just because, but it didn't, I guess. Unless maybe there was another. No, I guess not, because you would know, Akir.
No, there was no sword there.
Nothing in there.
Powder. I was hoping powder had something, but it didn't.
Yeah, wreck ship was exactly fire rod, powder, and Cane of Samaria.
Fire red's not bad.
Never
But
saw use.
I guess we already had lamps, so there's that.
Fire rod helped with Ganon with my spins, which wouldn't have been needed if I had the bow because that's silvers.
But
And second question, letter grade scale, how much fun was this for you guys?
I give it an A. I have to. I'm not gonna. I don't like I said. I'm happy to dip out of this and just like participate or watch or something, just because things can go really bad. But it worked out. I have played a few of these, and I wonder. I still wonder if something happens to the seeds in generation, just because of the prize requirements. But it seems like there's always something funny going on here.
I also give it an A. It was a fun seed. Sword mode. You ideally don't want to be in sword mode. I'd rather be in ammo mode, but that meant that you had to hunt and find things. There's a desert play, which seemingly wouldn't be a good idea. There's only 2 items in that compared to like Lower Norfair or Escape to Dark World, but desert play worked. And it's always fun to see those things when you're a watcher.
Oh yeah, I had a great time watching this and talking about you guys.
Yeah, this will be a watch back for sure. And thanks for the both of you for signing up and Diametheus once again for the buttons.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you, David. Big Mockton,
Sweet.
great
Don't-
gamer, and I'm never gonna hear the end of the Pyramid Ledge.
Happy to be of service.
I-
Any
you know
final
what?
comments from you two?
Well, I've done that before. I want to say
continuously do
it was reduced crystal Z3 or something, and yeah, it was a bow, so I remember. And
Any final comments?
GG Scupula. Glad we were entertaining and under
Yeah.
2 hours, so that worked well.
yeah, we could have been sub 1 if we'd seen some swords a little longer. But
Yeah,
it could have
no
happened.
kidding.
But yeah, GG's again, and to everybody else, Vion 7, and who did I miss? Sky also.
Yeah. Thank you both for running, and coming up in later in the week on Friday, we've got a normal 774 boot start, and then on Sunday we've got a super quick, which is a custom mode that involves just getting a whole bunch of items at the start that open up Super Metroid and Dark World. So that's always a fun one.
Never talked about that one. It sounds fun.
It's a grab bag
It's
for
fun.
sure. You can.
A few times.
Maybe I will try. I don't know. I'll see if I'm available. Or not, but this went well enough. We'll ride it until the wheels fall off, I guess. But yeah, thanks again, hey, and yeah, probably see you Friday.
You're welcome.
All right, you want to close us out?
Yeah, with that, I think we are about ready to call it out for the evening. I've had a great time talking. I'm Chris Gamer. I've had a great time working with you.
Same.
Alrighty, I think we're just about ready. I've been Big Bach, they've been Crazed Gamer and Diametheus, and we'll see you next mission.